You're going to get wet, probably.
Yeah. I'm on my own here. Just me, the net and the fish.
But we'll get you holding that massive one.
The first question we all ask as anglers when we're turning up to a new lake is what the stock is like or what the biggest fish is. And today I'm going to be finding out exactly that. I am here with Andrew and the AE Fisheries team here today in hope of seeing how the carp in this lake here have progressed throughout the year. Let's go and have a chat with the guys. Hi Andrew.
How you doing, all right? Nice to meet you. No problem at all.
So, what's the plan here today?
We're on Tom's Lake today, and it's very undulated, up and down all over the place. We're trying to catch small juvenile silvers. Every couple of years we'll net this and just take a few silvers out and move them into the lake next door.
Yeah.
It's predominantly a carp lake. There's lots of specimen pike and some big tench as well. But
cool.
Basically the cormorants have already given us a clue where the silverfish are.
Yeah.
So we've shot 200 metres of net already out in this deeper area here. There's a gravel bar over the back there which makes it difficult to net that side, so we're going to pull it onto this bank, which is a bit snaggy.
Yeah.
We're going to get you an electro fishing in these reeds. We've set the drone up, there's already a few carp in there, and it's good to keep an eye on those. We're just basically having a look at the weight gains, bits and pieces, and the condition of them as well. And while we're out there, it's not just a case of catching fish, we can clear up some line and bits and pieces that'll be out there.
It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, you're going to get wet probably.
Yeah. Don't mind it. I'm alright, I'm one for getting my hands dirty. Chris and Jane Mack took over Hallwalk Fishery in early 2014 with their aim to provide the best possible environment for the fish and anglers. So Ben, have you found any fish yet?
Yeah, there's a few been in open water. You can just see one there. So yeah, there's a few milling around. Not so expecting this time of year, it's so cold. You sometimes expecting to see them shoaled up somewhere. So this is why we get the drone out really, is to look for a bit of coloured water or any localised fish that we can get a net round. And there's some more over here, look, 3 there. Take a picture of that. So we can probably catch some electro fishing rather than with a net.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting. There's a lot in this reeds actually. The more I look, the more you see. So yeah, they are useful bits of kit to have with this sort of job when you've got a big lake like this. Yeah, yeah, the big lake like this. Yeah.
Modern day technology.
That's it.
Right, so I've all suited up now, and we're going electro fishing.
Yeah, you got a life jacket on.
Yeah.
Neoprene's really good, keeps you warm. Even if you get wet, that'll keep you warm and dry. Yeah, we're going out in the boat. There's a big reed bed back here. We can't net that because obviously it's dense with reeds.
Yeah.
Fishing line. The fish, obviously the anglers fish up to that. The fish get tethered occasionally, so it's a good time to go out there, clear some line, make sure there's no tethered fish. And also it's the only way we can catch them is putting a small electric current through the water. Fish come to the top. You're going to net one, and
try to.
Yeah. And then it's quite frantic, but it's the safest way of doing it. And like I say, we go to a lot of places where there's a horrendous amount of snags, and it's the only way to extract fish from those snags. Right,
that sounds great, but does this hurt fish?
No, if it did, we wouldn't be able to use it. You know, we're all about looking after people's fish and their stocks and their businesses. Basically, you know, we're responsible for people's livelihoods in a lot of respects, and they trust us to look after the fish. If there was any way we thought this would hurt the fish, we wouldn't use it. You know, we put a very mild current through the water, stuns them for a second. We do this every year at numerous fisheries all over the place, and no, it's very safe. And we wouldn't certainly put you in a situation where you're going to harm the fish.
No, I don't think that'd be very good at all.
Grab that, you're going to need that.
Right.
Good arm workout.
Yeah, sure, I need one of those.
Let's go. Just in this reed bed, and as you can see, you sort of approach them and they erupt. If you move the bin to the front between you, and then you can lift it up.
That's a lovely carp. First one of the day, due to the electro fishing and Ben's good skills. What carp?
There's loads like that in here. They're coming on leaps and bounds, you know.
Beautiful fish.
Yeah.
Right, should we see if we can get some more?
Yeah.
Another fish. caught from the reed bed. Another dark mirror. What an awesome fish, guys.
There's loads in there, weren't they? I don't know which one to go for.
Too much for choice. Let's get this guy in the net. So Andrew, just after I arrived, you had put this net out. How much net have you got here, and why are you doing this?
We've got 200 metres of net.
Right.
We've targeted this end of the lake. The wind is blowing down here. The cormorants are fishing behind us, so it's an obvious place to have it. We're trying to catch small fish. It's predominantly a big carp lake, so we try and every now and then just reduce the numbers. It's a big bit of water. Even if we can catch 300 or 400 pounds weight of silvers and we put them in the lake next door, it just helps create a bit more space coming up for the summer for the rest of the fish. Not just the carp. Everyone thinks it's all about carp, but there's plenty of big tension. Hopefully we'll catch one. Difficult because it's very undulating bottom. There's still quite a lot of weed about, but this is still the most effective way. The nets are very deep. You can have a pull there. You'll see how hard it is to pull.
Oh, it does take its time, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Wow. So how long do you reckon this would take to get this entire net in?
Hour and a half. If it doesn't get snagged up, getting that in, I'll just go and have a cup of tea, I think.
Oh,
leave you to
don't
it.
leave me! Keep on pulling. Keep on pulling. Andrew's left me, he's gone to go get tea. So, I'm on my own here. Just me, the net and the fish.
Better. Had a cup of tea. Oh, you've done a lot already.
Tried.
It's tricky around here because it's up nearly 2 foot the water, so it's all the exposed wood which we're trying to walk round. What we're going to do is I'll reposition us. We'll go up there where the boys are now.
Right.
It's a lot easier to land it up there.
Yeah.
So we'll get out and go round, and I'll walk this up there.
Okay.
That's a brilliant job. Well done.
So, you've now put out a finer net. Why have you done that?
When I was walking along here, thankfully the sun's out shining on this bank, and there's a massive ball of tiny roach which are a couple of centimetres long, which would go through that net.
Yeah.
And even if we can catch a bin full of those, that's a lot of mouths to feed. And it does. We're always looking a year ahead, 2 years ahead, and little things like that. And because we've done it before in here, the pike fishing's improved. The carp have got more space. So hopefully, using this is 8mm mesh, and they won't go through this. So hopefully in a minute you'll see some, and you'll see what I mean. As you can see, it's paid off. The amount of silvers here is phenomenal. They're very tiny. Like I say, you wouldn't get them. They're even going through this net, but they wouldn't have. Like I say, if we can just take these out, it makes such a difference. You can see now why we put that other net in. It's worked brilliantly. There's thousands of fish there. These are predominantly bream fry, juvenile bream. There's roach amongst them, but they're predominantly bream.
So there we go, 100 pounds full of bream by fine net. So we're now bringing in the big net. What do you expect to get in here now?
Well, the reason we shot the small one was because we saw those tiny fish, and they would go through this mesh. This will catch fish of this size. So, you know, if there's an abundance of small silvers, every year is different, and some years you'll get a huge population explosion and you'll end up with a lot of fish that big. So obviously we can catch those. If there is, we'll take some of those out, keep on top of them. People say to us, oh, if you take all the silvers out, the pike won't have anything to eat, but the pike fishing in here has been improving as we've been doing it. You're never taking them all out.
No.
It's just a simple cropping exercise.
Amount,
And also, like you just seen with the carp, it gives you a good chance. Your main reason is to look at the stock and maybe manipulate the biomass a little bit, the total weight of fish. But you also, it gives you a chance, it gives fishery owner a chance to look at the stock to make sure they're in good condition and everything's working.
See what we get in here then.
Yeah.
Now that is an unbelievable amount of pike in that net.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, there's plenty of big pike in here. We'll probably take a few of the smaller jacks out to put over there. It's like I said, pike anglers tend to think all we're interested in is carp, but we manage a lot of fisheries with good pike in, and as you'll see in a minute when we get some of these bigger ones out, you have to be allowed to manage fisheries from a fishery management point of view, not just for one species. And you know, by taking some of those small fish out, people think the pike won't have food. By taking some of the jacks out, the pike won't have food. It's nonsense, you know. Been doing this a lot of years, and we've found that the pike want fish like this. Really, they don't want these. They will eat them, but the more you can get the more roach up to this, or bream, or anything up to this size.
Yeah.
And obviously, there's definitely marks on here. See the mark on that pike there? That's from another pike, not a cormorant. There's no stab wound. There's teeth marks. So they'll eat those anyway.
Yeah.
But there's so many in here, it doesn't hurt to take you out.
Of course.
It's just continually managing your fish stocks. But we'll get you holding that massive one.
See how long we can hold them up for.
Yeah. Okay.
Here's one of the tench that Andrew has brought me.
It's nice to show that, like I said earlier, the diversity of the stock. It's not just all about carp.
Of course.
If you manage your stocks, you can have multiple species going well. Big pike, big perch, big tench, big carp, as you've seen. It's all good,
Lively. Lovely common from the big net. Lovely dark fish. Pristine as well.
Lovely, yeah.
Isn't it? Ooh. What a fish. And there we go. I only have a couple of seconds of holding her, but what a beautiful traditional female pike. So here's another beautiful pike. What a lovely one, Andrew.
Yeah,
It's
they're
amazing.
really good.
Beautiful markings.
There's quite a few in here, it's not just one or two, there's some cracking
No.
pike in there. You've caught your fair share, you can let them go.
What a pike. What carp.
Yeah, it's good.
Stunning fish.
Yeah.
Ooh. That's an arm workout of fish, isn't it? Ooh. So the majority of fish that we have in this net are pike, and they're going to take out some of the big ones, put them back in the lake, and then take out some of the smaller jacks and whack them in the next lake on.
Yeah, some of these bigger ones. So you're going to help me as well get these back.
Yeah.
Some of these bigger ones go back. And there's some
Give you
smaller
a
jack
hand.
pike that I think are coming out. These sort of size. I think these are coming out.
Thank you for inviting me down. It's been really, really interesting.
No
Seen
worries.
Some awesome fish.
Oh, you worked hard, it's good. You get stuck in, it's brilliant when, if you get stuck in, you learn more by just getting in the water.
I've enjoyed it.
Excellent.
Really, really enjoyed it.
And we're going to pack up and get going
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
Nice to
I've
meet
got
you.
warm fire.
Thanks a lot. Cheers.
Yeah, bye bye.
Okay, whenever you're ready then.
I can't take him seriously.
Wish I'd be
like
short.
this.
Be short.
Really? I'm stuck at
I
this
used to be,
place.
I grew late. I grew a foot when I was 16. It was bizarre.
I've just stayed.
I crouch a bit like this.
Been this height.
Okay,
Yeah.
yep, go.
Yeah. Cool.
Yep.